Good evening, all. We're going to start shortly. All right, so good evening once again. This is Ajit Mishra from Religare Research, and we are back with yet another session of Week Ahead with Religare Technicals. And we talk about market performance this week. We talk about what to anticipate in the key indices for the next week, along with a list of stocks that should be on your radar. So let's get started. And before that, a quick disclaimer that the idea behind this webinar is to share the insight regarding the markets, regarding the key indices, also some of these stocks names which look positive or negative to us, but these are not trading or investment recommendations. So please take advice from your investment advisor before making any trade or investment based on the insight that we are going to discuss or share. Talking about the format, along with that, once we are done with the presentation, we'll do a quick poll followed by the Q&A session. So Q&A session, you can use that Q&A button just there on the front of your screen. You can post your questions once the feedback poll is over. So let's get started with the markets. Last week, we saw that index was in the positive mode, and we saw the extension of the same this week itself. And both Nifty and Sensex made a new record high. after a year of consolidation. It was last in the month of October. Nifty made a new record high, made a high around 18,604. So finally, we have breached that mark this week and gained nearly 1%. So both the indices ended on a strong footing, except on Friday, that is today, we saw some bit of profit taking at the higher levels. But broadly, the trend was on the positive side. And that is what reflecting in the table below when it comes to the top gainers and losers from the sectors. So there's hardly any name in the losers list. So, and interestingly, like all the sectors which you are seeing in the list, barring IT, they were the one, actually there was not hardly any participation. So be it media, reality, metals, FMCG. So all these sectors after a period of consolidation witnessed traction and posted decent gains along with the IT. Banking consolidation continued, and we'll talk about that in detail as a during the presentation. Now, top gainers and losers from Nifty 50 basket. You'll see top two names. Means two names in the top five from the IT pack. So Birlasoft and LTTS. So both stock did exceptionally well. So it was like 11 month of correction, which is finally over in the IT pack, and that is what reflecting in the mid cap IT specifically, wherein we are seeing a decent amount of buying interest. Then we had AB Capital, Dalmia Bharat, and BHEL also, which posted decent gains. And on the losing side, Laurus Lab, like two pharma names, Laurus Lab and Granules. And apart from that, GSPL, ABB, and Canara Bank. They were the top losers in the Nifty 50 basket. Now coming to the view on the key indices, that is Nifty and the banking index. So Nifty, if you remember the last time we discussed about that, we have a fresh base now, this arrow, this line, 18,100 level. So we not only upheld that levels, but we gradually, inching higher, making newer highs. So, the important aspect is that earlier it was selective participation, be it from the banking and select index majors from the Nifty 50 basket. But now almost all the sectors are contributing to the move. That is what, is helping the market to maintain this positive tone. At the same time, the underperformance of the broader market that we have highlighted in the last couple of webinars also, that the small cap index is still 20% down from the highs. That was a situation a week ago. But now we are seeing improvement on the broader market also. So put together, there could be some consolidation in line with what we are seeing in the last couple of sessions in the index. But the tone is likely to remain positive. And if you are a positional trader in the index, you should maintain buy on dips until we see a break of 18,300 levels decisively. Otherwise, the tone is not going to change anytime soon. And 19,000 is what we are eyeing. So 19,000, like it's a new milestone. At the same time, we are seeing this kind of a trend that on every like 400, 500 point kind of gains, market is witnessing a bit of consolidation or a pause. So we expect that pause to happen around 19,000 mark, and then 19,200 and 500 zone. But meanwhile, yes, as you said, that 18,300 to 18,000 zone, that would act as a strong support area. The focus should be more on stock specific opportunity in the meanwhile, until we see the resumption of the trend, positive trend. Talking about banking index, so banking underperformed in the last week, and it was largely due to mixed trend in the private banking majors. So ICICI was slightly in the back foot. We were seeing profit taking since the beginning. Then we had similar kind of a trend in SDFC Bank. Kotak also, after the initial uptake, failed to make any remarkable progress. At the same time, Axis was slightly on the positive side, but most of the counters was slightly on the back foot. Yes, the momentum which we have been discussing about the PSU pack, that maintained, but still we are seeing few of the PSUs named witnessing consolidation after a strong vertical move. So what to anticipate in the banking index? So tone is positive. There is no doubt about that. It's just that in line with the benchmark index Nifty, there could be a bit of consolidation, taking clues from the global market and also the mixed trend on the among the private banking space. So it's a healthy consolidation, I would say, and 42,400 to 41,600. That's the zone basically where we have multiple supports. So I would recommend rather that this phase should be seen as a buying opportunity, but mainly in the private banking counters. PSUs, yes, there are trading opportunities every now and then. In fact, today's session also, when the market and the banking index was slightly in the back foot, we were seeing some of these PSU name doing well. So if you're playing momentum, that is fine. But when it comes to the Nifty PSU banking index have almost tested the major resistance of around 81.45, 81.50 zone. So possibility of a consolidation and a bit of profit taking is high in the PSU segment. And private banks, they have already seen decent profit taking, or they are trading sideways. So there's more safety, especially in the private banking names in comparison to the PSU banks, to accumulate on dips instead of looking for the PSU names. But yes, SBI is one exception wherein we are seeing consolidation in line with what we are seeing in the private banking names. So that can definitely be considered. On the higher side, like 43,800 to 44,250, that was the same zone that we, last week discussed. We couldn't surpass this hurdle of 43,800. So these are the key levels that one should look at. Now coming to the stock specific opportunities that we have, as we were discussing that though we are seeing a bit of consolidation and might extend further, stock specific opportunities across sector would help you to provide the opportunities across the basket. So first name on the list, we have AB Capitals. So it clearly shows the kind of graph that we have in front of screen. If you remember that in the earlier webinars, close to around 120, 115 area, we have discussed about this stock once, that it's trading in the broadening formation. This same highs and lower lows, and there's a possibility that it might test this zone. So it not only tested this zone, but it managed to break decisively and gain nearly 12% in this week. So that clearly indicates that the consolidation which we are seeing for last several months is finally over. And as now we have a higher base, close to around 140 is the support area. It's a buying on dip stock that with the potential of testing 170 to 180 zone positionally. So this is one such stock that one can keep on radar on the long side. Next on the list, Grasim. So again, in the cement space, we are seeing mixed traction. But yes, mostly stocks from the cement pack are also witnessing decent buying interest, be it Ultratech, JK Cement, Grasim, Dalmia Bharat, all these stocks are doing well. Yes, Ambuja and ACC, they are anyways trading closer to the record high. So in Grasim, we have seen this triangle pattern breakout of late, and indications, the kind of buying interest that we are witnessing in the cement space, plus the buoyancy overall in the market, that indicate that this breakout is not going to fail, and the possibility of the stock making a new record high seems quite high. So Grasim could be the another stock from the FNO space that one can look at on the positive side. Now, stocks which are slightly wobbly, or wherein we are seeing correction in this strong market trend also. The first name on the list, Laurus Lab. So you can see the kind of consolidation that we were seeing in the stock. It's almost like a year-long consolidation, and it finally breached that lower band, the support area close to around the 430 mark decisively last week, and inched sharply lower. Though there was a bit of a recovery or a rebound, but it's very difficult for any stock to re-enter in the consolidation band again after such a sharp decline. So the possibility of stock witnessing again a rebound close to around 430.35, there could be chances that it may do so, but sustainability seems difficult. And downside close to around 380, 375 could be the area. That is the long-term average is also this red line you can see. Could be the area basically it might test. So avoid Laurus Lab. This market tone is positive, so there's no point looking for short trade as of now. But yes, in case if you're holding the stock, it's prudent that you should book losses in case if you have bought it at the higher levels, and wait for the stock to retrace and stabilize or witness a reversal before making any fresh entry. Last on the list, ITC. So FMCG names, yes, we have seen very strong traction in Dabur, HUL, Colgate, but ITC is slightly, on the back foot. But we all know the kind of outperformance that we have seen in the ITC when the entire space was reeling under pressure. But now we are seeing that, after making the highs around 360-65 zone, and especially in the last 2 weeks, it's struggling to hold above the short-term averages. So that clearly indicates that sellers are in control for now. So what it means is that there's a possibility that the stock might drift lower towards the level of around 325 or underperform the pack or market as well. So while we have Britannia making 52 weeks high, HUL making very strong move, Dabur witnessing decent traction. So that might not be the case in ITC, at least in the short term, is what charts are indicating. So just to sum it up, both key indices, Nifty and Bank Nifty, initially in the next week may witness a bit of consolidation. Tone will remain positive. 18,300 is the mark that one should keep a close eye on, positionally for the Nifty index. Until we are not breaching that mark, maintain positive tone, look for buying opportunity. Similarly, in the banking index, the tone is positive, but yes, the preference is for the private banking names. Among these stocks, AB Capital, Grasim, these are the two names which ended on a very strong note. And at the same time, we are seeing a bit of stocks, losing quantum or the buying interest. One is Laurus Lab, where it's, we have seen fresh breakdown, and then ITC, which is witnessing a bit of profit taking at the higher levels. So yeah, that is all from the webinar part. And now we'll do this quick feedback poll, followed by the Q&A session. So for Q&A, you have to send your question in the Q&A box. But prior to that, please quickly share your feedback so that we can start with the Q&A. See, raising hand is not an option. Please write your query in the Q&A box if you're done with the poll. And please make sure that the questions are around the presentation. Means we've discussed about the key indices. We discussed about some of these stock names also. But individual stock specific queries is something that one should avoid, because the idea behind this webinar is to talk about the broader trend and try to utilize that during the next week when we start the week fresh. So not an individual stock specific query, sector specific queries definitely we can answer. But please quickly fill this feedback so that we can start with this Q&A. All right, so let's get started with the Q&A. So we have a long list of questions. Okay. First question is from Mr. Rajesh. What's our view on small cap and mid cap, and which stock investment in December? So I can answer your first part of the question, Mr. Rajesh, that what is our outlook on the broader market? So that is what we've shared during the presentation. So earlier it was like, the broader markets was in the back foot, especially the small cap space, because the small caps were down nearly 20% when the Nifty was just away 3% from its record high. So after making a new record high, or during this week, we have seen improvement in the broader market also. But again, it's very difficult to pinpoint, that the entire space is participating. I need to check, how many stocks from these small cap baskets they are doing well or they have, recovered. So just to give you a data around this, that as of now, out of 50 stocks in the Nifty 50 basket, 46 stocks are trading above their long-term averages. So that clearly shows that the participation is there by majority of these stocks and majority of the sectors majors. But when it comes to the broader market, like Nifty 500 index, still we have like 300 stocks trading below the long-term averages. So only 200 stocks are up, and have a clear uptrend or a positive bias that they are trading above long-term averages, but 300 are still down. So that is something that one should look at. Is not that the markets are trading at the record highs, we should jump into any trade or any stocks which are trading at the 52-week low, or those who are small gap or a penny stock. This is not the market to be in. Focus on the quality stocks that are witnessing retracement from their record highs. So we've discussed about that, while we were discussing about banking, especially the private banks, ICICI, Axis, they made record high. Then we have a name from the order space, Eicher, M&M, TVS. So they've started this rally. So now we are seeing a bit of retracement. So it's a buying opportunity instead of looking for Idea or any other names which are struggling around the 52-week low. So instead of mid cap, small cap, and large cap, focus on the stocks that are performing in line with the markets. So yeah, next question on chemical and IT. Chemical, we are still seeing a bit of consolidation. So this basket, if you are looking for short-term trade, is something that I would recommend to avoid, because we are not seeing a decisive trend in this sector. But IT, yes, apart from banking, which holds considerable weight, we have finally seen a breakout in the IT after spending nearly 11 months of correction. And the last two trading session itself, the mid-cap IT names, they have witnessed strong traction with volumes. The price action, the volumes are in sync. So be it Persistem, LTTS, Emphasis, Birlasoft, all these stocks have done well with the decent amount of volumes. So, but yes, a lot depends on the global market also. Of late, we have seen that the Nasdaq Composite, which is the tech heavy in the US market, have also recovered very sharply. So sustainability of the global market trend is also critical. But as of now, indications are in the favor that the surge or that recovery that we have seen in the IT pack, it is likely to continue. But when we are trading, we have to be very specific. We have to be very strict with our stop losses. So that's the case with the IT pack also. So no stock specific queries, please. Yes, next question is from Mr. Jayesh Mehta. He wants to know about the gas sector. So gas distribution name, Mr. Mehta, a disclosure disclaimer first, that we have recommended our clients IGL through our product called TechEdge. So see, the idea is that stocks or sectors which showed interest or which showed some potential, but there was a bit of pause or consolidation in between. So we are seeing a bit of recovery or a participation returning from those sectors. So just like FMCG, reality, they were slightly on the back foot when the banking, FMCG, they were doing well. So now we are seeing attraction returning. So similar trend is what we are witnessing in the gas distribution name also, and plus the OMCs. So OMCs have also recovered very sharply. So yes, selectively one can look at. I've shared that we have a recommendation on IGL, and we expect this trend to continue in the IGL at least for 8 to 10% from the current level also. Gujarat Gas, MGL, they are also looking okay, but our preference is IGL in this pack. So Mr. Anup Jain have asked, where is Nifty for the next 2 to 3 month kind of outlook? So 19,500, Mr. Jain, is what we are eyeing in the Nifty. If we talk about from very short term, means short to medium term kind of outlook, 19,500 is what we are eyeing. And downside, 17,900 to 17,800 is a zone basically which should act as a major support in case the market corrects. Next question Metal stocks, Mr. Vijay Raghavan Bala Subramaniam ji have asked. Metal stocks definitely looks positive to us, and we are seeing traction returning. So as you know, we were discussing during the beginning of the presentation itself that not the top performing names like banking and IT, the other sectors hog the limelight. So metal was among the top five names. Hindalco, VDL, Tata Steel, top names. I would recommend to stick with the top names instead of SAIL, National Aluminum, Henzing. We are witnessing traction or recovery in these stocks also, but sustainability seems difficult. And long-term outlook is something that is not the part of this webinar's purview. So in case if you are associated with us, you can write to us and the concerned team would revert on that. So Mr. Pradeep Joshi have extended that query which somebody have asked for like a quarter view. Now he's saying that what is our outlook for 2023. So see, my view of seeing this is that it took us a year of consolidation to reclaim, October's high, October 2021 high. So we are not going to, see a prolonged correction in the market after, reclaiming the record highs uh, like this. So indications are in the favor that the move could be gradual, considering that there may be some challenges from the global front, some issues every now and then, be it geopolitical or COVID related in China, something like that. But the tone is likely to remain positive in our market, and stock specific, sector specific opportunity will continue to provide you options to trade or invest in. So tone is positive. Around 19,500 will review what could be the next probable area, but for a time being, this is what we are maintaining as a target. So Sangeeta ji, we have already answered around the metal space. So I hope that we have answered your query, and specifically you've asked for steel sector. So yes, Tata Steel looks positive to us, and in fact there could be a big trend reversal in Tata Steel in case if it manages to cross 120 levels decisively. There's an interesting question by Jyoti ji that how to become a intraday James Bond means. I'm sure that she's referring to how to become a trader and a profitable trader. So to be honest, though it's not a part of the purview of this webinar, please go slow, understand the market first, understand how the positional trading works. Intraday is like a next level game. So first try to become profitable in positional trading, and then look for opportunities becoming a profitable intraday trader. At the same time, there's no as such guarantee that somebody who becomes positional trader, good positional trader, can become a good intraday trader also. It's completely on the mindset, it's completely on your psychology, how you allow your minds to work while you are trading. So there are multiple things to look at, but first thing first is to know your strategy, that your strategy should have a edge means that it should be profitable. You should backtest those strategies, be it positional or intraday, and then go for trading if you are trading on your own. And in case if you are associated with us, please follow our recommendations, you will become profitable. Okay, so Nifty Auto, yeah. For that, actually, I also need to see where we have support in the. So I'll just stop sharing my screen, and I'll just refer to the Nifty Auto Index. So where we have support, because we are seeing a consolidation in the auto pack also. So see, the auto index is currently hovering in 12,400 to 13,600 band, and it's currently around 13,000 marks. So it's in the middle of the band. Talking about this stock, we discussed about few names which were the leaders earlier, like M&M, TVS, Eicher. They made a new record high first, and then we saw the the counters also contributing to the move. So in line with the banking space, we feel that participants should focus more on accumulating these top names instead of looking for timing the other names which are not participating yet. So Tata Motors, yes, we have seen a bit of rebound. Similar trend we are seeing in Maruti, but it's not a short-term, trading opportunity. You can think about accumulating them from the long-term perspective, but from the short-term trading perspective, it's prudent that you should accumulate these stocks gradually instead of there's no fresh breakout in the auto space. Is that what I'm referring to? So, Abhishek ji, sorry, this webinar, we have clearly mentioned that the medium of the webinar is English. So, we make a video based on the observation. This week, we might not be able to post, but every week we post it on the social channel. सॉरी तो हम अपने जो वेबिनार करते हैं उसका एक छोटा सा वीडियो भी बनाते हैं जो अपने सोशल चैनल पे इंस्टाग्राम पे हम अपलोड करते हैं रेलीगियर के उस पर आप चेक कर सकते हैं तो उसमें भी बेसिकली ये सारी चीजों का एक क्रक्स हम शेयर करते हैं तो वो शायद आपको हेल्प करे. So next question is on ITC. So is ITC will go down this week? So that is what we have shared, sir, that either it will trade range bound or it will go down. What the indications that we have in the chart. So for a time being, it's an avoid in case if you are looking for a buying trade in ITC. So, Mr. Amjad Khan, that is what we've shared, that in broader markets, yes, you can start contributing, you can start participating, but selectively, because out of 500 names, still 300 names are below the long-term averages. So it's still not all the stocks are participating. The idea is to identify the right stock and then act accordingly. So it's more about identifying the top names, because we are seeing rotational buying also across the sector. So that is something that one should focus on. Banking sector, we have already discussed, Mr. Zangvi, that our view is positive. We are seeing consolidation. In this consolidation, the focus should be more on accumulating the private banking names. Sugar stock, Mr. Benjamin, of late, yes, we have seen a recovery in the top sugar names, be it Balrampur, Triveni, but we are not seeing sustained move, or the quantum is also not that great. So I would rather, stick with the names from the IT, banking, and the other sectors to focus on in case if your view is short term. And even for the long term also, I would feel that there are other sectors to look at instead of looking at sugar at current levels. So FMCG, Ms. Sangeeta, we've discussed about FMCG in detail, that we have a positive view, and barring ITC, mostly stocks, FMCG majors are participating in the move. So be it HUL or, Dabur, Britannia, Colgate, Palmolive, they all are looking strong. Marico or ITC is something that one should avoid for a time being. And similarly, auto, we have already answered. See, for any help related to the app, you can get in touch with your relationship manager, your business partner. They'll help you out in that. Hospitality sector, Mr. Sanket, yes. So selectively, we have seen, these Lemon Tree, Chalet, all these names witnessing traction of late. But again, one needs to be selective in this space, because we see volatile swings in these stocks. So for a short-term trading perspective, I would recommend that stick with largely with the top private this index majors and quality mid cap. Small caps selectively you can look at. So mostly stocks that I was just referring to falls into the same category. So yes, we are seeing participation, but it's very difficult to say that whether we're going to see a sustained move in these names, at least in the short term. So for a time being, it's prudent that you should avoid fresh buying in these stocks after the recent surge. Okay, so we've largely answered all the queries, I guess. Yes. So thank you everyone for participating. And next week, same time, same place, we'll connect again at 4 o'clock. So till then, take care. Goodbye.